4 killed, 8 others abducted as bandits attack Katsina farmers. Appeal court affirms Fintry's election victory as governor of Adamawa State. The NCDC confirms the outbreak of dengue fever in Sokoto State. On the foreign scene, Guinea depot fire toll rises to 11 as 88 people are injured. Hello there, welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I'm Abdullahi Ahmed. We start in Katsina, where 4 people have been confirmed killed and 8 others abducted by bandits after an attack on farmers in the state. The incident occurred in the Nahuta and Dansuntu communities of Basari local government area of Katsina State. An eyewitness says the bandits surrounded the area from Saturday evening when the farmers were busy harvesting their farmlands, shooting sporadically. Now, the bandits reportedly operated until the early hours of Sunday. The spokesperson of the Katsina State Police Command has confirmed the incident to newsmen on Monday. The police says it has successfully rescued 5 persons of the 8 abducted unhurt. Basari is one of the frontline local government areas in Katsina State where banditry is on the increase. Elsewhere, residents of Zurmi town in Zurmi local government area of Zamfara State are crying out for help as persistent attacks by bandits on the village and its environs continue unabated. The bandits had within the last 1 week invaded the town 4 times, killing 3 persons, abducting 16 others, and burning a police outpost and 2 military operational vehicles in the area. On Saturday, the bandits attacked Nasarawar Zurmi on the outskirts of Zurmi town, killing 1 person, abducting 3 others, and raising a police outpost. Now, the attackers returned to the town around 9 p.m. on Monday, but residents alerted the soldiers in the area who rushed to repel the attack. 9 residents were said to have been kidnapped, while another person who resisted being abducted was killed in the process. The bandits again returned to the town on Tuesday, but were engaged by the soldiers in a gun duel, which residents say lasted for over 2.5 hours. Daily Trust Regional Editor Yusho Adamu has an update on the incident.
The situation, we can describe it as terrible, especially from 9th of December to 13th of December, because the people of Zurmi have witnessed series of attacks from bandits, which many of them suspected that is a revenge mission, especially by one of the Teru leader. 2 terrorists carry out the attacks. That is Sani Black and the Sani Dankani. Sani Black, it was alleged sometimes ago some soldiers have recovered large number of animals from his gang. And now he planned to attack the area so that he can recover what he lost to the soldiers. So he attacked first on the December 9th, he attacked one village called Nasarawa Zurmi. He killed 1 person there and abducted 3 people. They also burnt police outpost there. On Monday, he returned to the village. He directly invaded Zurmi town, where he killed 1 person, or they killed 1 person and abducted 9. What surprises many people then was that they were able to enter the town without noticing from the residents. Until after they gain access to the town, then some of the residents realized that they have bandits among them. So that they alerted soldiers. Unfortunately, they check shield with locals within the town, some of them. They divided themselves into 2. So when the soldiers arrived, they only saw one portion of the bandits. and they chased them out of the town, not knowing that the remaining are within the locals. So after they left, they abducted 9 people and killed one. That is on Monday. On Tuesday, the other guy, Sani Dankarani, came with his men and trying to gain access into the village or town. Unfortunately or fortunately for the residents, the soldiers were ready for them. So they engaged them in gun battle for 2.5 hours. And they were able to chase them away from the area. So that is for the 3 days. Unfortunately, yesterday in the morning around 10 o'clock, these people returned to Zurmi again. And they abducted 4 female villagers who spent their nights in a nearby village. While they are coming to Zurmi, they were abducted. So the soldiers there, sincerely speaking, are really trying, but they need reinforcement. And from what the state government, the state government was saying, is that the governor has given directives to deploy more security personnel to the area. It is terrible, of course. It is terrible. In fact, some of them have started relocating to Gusau. Like 2 people I have spoken with, they have relocated to Gusau, and they are planning to evacuate their families from Zurmi to Gusau.
Yusha Adamu, Regional Daily Trust editor there with an update on the recent banditry attacks in Zurmi town of Zurmi local government area in the state. To some political news now, the Court of Appeal in Abuja has affirmed Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintri's victory as governor of Adamawa State after dismissing the appeal filed by Aisha Binani of the All Progressives Congress for lacking merit. Now, in the judgment prepared by Justice Tunde Awotoye and read by Justice Ebiowe Toby on Monday, the appellate court also awarded the cost of 500,000 naira in favor of Fintri and the PDP against Binani. The appellate court frowned at the premature announcement of the election outcome by the resident electoral commissioner Hudu Ari, adding that Binani's appeal was plagued by several demons. The court stressed in strong terms that the action of the resident electoral commissioner in announcing Binani as the winner was illegal and an action outside of the prescribed law and regulations. Only the returning officer has such powers to execute. Now, this judgment affirmed the decision of the tribunal on October 28th, which dismissed the petition of Binani for failing to prove her allegations of overvoting by tendering documents to prove her case, faulting the outcome of the election. Staying with election matters, the Supreme Court will on Thursday, December 21st, hear the appeal on the Kano governorship election petition filed by the NPP against the judgment of the appellate court. This was contained in a notice to the parties by the Apex Court. One of the counsels for Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of the NNPP, Bashir Tudun Wazirchi, confirmed that hearing notice was given to the legal team representing the governor and his party. The Court of Appeal in November upheld the decision of the Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, which sacked Governor Kabir Yusuf of the New Nigeria People's Party and declared the APC's candidate Nasiru Gawuna as winner of the election. But the certified true copies of the judgment gave conflicting orders. The 3-member panel of the appeal court dismissed the appeal, affirming that Governor Kabir Yusuf was not registered as member of the NNPP at the time he contested the governorship election. However, the NNPP filed its notice on appeal before the Supreme Court, and the representative listed 10 grounds for challenging the appeal. Staying with the courts, Justice Donatus Okorowo of the Federal High Court in Abuja has barred the Independent National Electoral Commission from organizing by-elections to replace 27 members of the River State House of Assembly whose seats were declared vacant. Justice Okorowo also barred the defendants in the case from interfering with the 27-member camp of the River State House of Assembly from conducting legislative duties as Speaker, Deputy Speaker and members of Parliament. The judge also restrained the Inspector General of Police and the State Security Service from denying or refusing to provide security to the 27 lawmakers or withdrawing their security details. He subsequently adjourned the suit to December 28, 2023 for hearing. In the meantime, the Rivers State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has received all 27 state lawmakers who recently joined the party from the People's Democratic Party. They were received at a ceremony chaired by the Rivers APC caretaker chairman, Tony Okocha, at the Port Harcourt Polo Club. At the event, Okocha accused the Rivers State government of masterminding the arson of the Rivers State Assembly complex. The PDP had, in the wake of the defections, called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to declare the lawmakers' seats vacated, with the Fubara government demolishing the assembly complex owing to the fire incident. Now, Governor Fubara subsequently presented the 2024 budget to the state lawmakers at the Government House in Port Harcourt. But the APC leader, Okocha, claims that the defectors can meet and make laws at any place, irrespective of the PDP's call. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission says it is considering conducting by-elections and rerun elections across the country on Thursday, February 1st, 2024, to fill existing vacancies in the state and federal legislature. The Commission's chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, disclosed this at a meeting with leaders of political parties to prepare for the elections. Professor Yakubu said at the end of litigations, the courts have ordered the Commission to conduct rerun elections in 34 federal and state constituencies made up of 1 in the Senate, 11 federal constituencies, and 22 state constituencies.
The Election Petition Appeal Tribunals have ordered the Commission to conduct rerun elections in 34 constituencies made up of 1 senatorial district, 11 federal constituencies, and 22 state assembly constituencies. However, the 34 constituencies constitute 2.8% of the 1,191 petitions filed by litigants. The Commission is also required to conduct by-elections to fill vacancies arising from the death or resignation of members of the National and State Houses of Assembly. The Commission intends to combine and conduct the 2 categories of elections on the same day.
In other news, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has reported 13 cases of dengue fever in Sokoto State, igniting anxiety about the low level of awareness among Nigerians regarding the mosquito-borne illness. The NCDC, through its official website on Monday, revealed that there were 64 cases recorded in Sokoto from 3 local government areas. Dengue virus, also known as DenV, is a leading mosquito-borne virus with a wide geographical spread and a major public health concern. The Nigeria Public Health Institute says the outbreak was detected in November of 2023 with 0 fatality recorded in Sokoto State. The agency reveals that the majority of the suspected cases so far registered affected persons between the ages of 21 to 40 years. According to the agency, dengue fever is a viral infection caused by dengue virus and transmitted to humans through a bite from an infected mosquito. Human-to-human transmission of the virus has not been established. 6 children have been confirmed dead, while 50 others, including adults, are receiving treatment at Jukun community in Karim Lamido local government area of Taraba State over a cholera outbreak. The outbreak, according to the locals, started on Thursday when the people from the area, especially children, started passing watery store without immediate control. Now, confirming the development, the State Commissioner for Health, Bodie Buma, says the state government is working to control the spread of the outbreak. Now, the Director of Primary Healthcare of Karim Lamido local government area, Frederick Yaganji, who confirmed the incident to journalists, says the outbreak occurred on December 14, 2023. The vice chairman of the council, who led a delegation to the affected community, told media that about 30 children and adults were admitted on Thursday at the primary healthcare center, while 6 children have already been confirmed dead. Now, the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria says no fewer than 3,900 teachers who sat for the November 2023 diet of the Professional Qualification Examination for teachers across the country failed the test. Now, the examination is conducted by the TRCN to test the professional knowledge of those in the teaching profession. Speaking to journalists during an interactive session on Monday, the registrar of the TRCN, Professor Josiah Ajiboye, gave the breakdown, saying the council will continue to work towards the improvement of the teaching profession in Nigeria. According to him, a total of 15,753 teachers sat for the examination across 38 centers in the country, with 10,636 passing successfully and 3,963 failing the test. Ajiboye also noted that other candidates were absent, while others had results cancelled due to examination malpractice. Staying with education, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, has increased the registration fees for the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination for the year 2024. In an official statement shared by JAM, the updated registration fees are now 7,700 naira for UTME registration, inclusive of mock examination, and 6,200 naira for UTME registration without the mock examination. Before the recent adjustment, the cost of JAM form without a mock examination stood at 5,700 naira, and the application form, inclusive of a mock examination, was priced at 6,700 naira. According to the board, the application documents for foreign candidates will now be available at $30. JAM is expected to give a comprehensive breakdown of these figures when it unveils the registration details on or before January 15 next year. Now, in addition to the UTME examination registration adjustments, JAM has also released information on the registration period for the sale of direct entry application documents in 2024. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up ahead, commuters breathe a sigh of relief as government subsidizes public transportation. Details of this and many more stories up ahead after the break. Join us again. Welcome back to the news. Let's take a quick look at our headlines at this hour. 4 killed, 8 others abducted as bandits attack farmers in Katsina. Appeal Court affirms Fintry's election as governor of Adamawa State. 2 persons have been reportedly killed after a fire razed the Ogbomosho residence of a former governor of the state, Adebayo Alao Akala. It was gathered that the residence of the former governor, located in the Randa area of Ogbomosho, was razed by the fire in the early hours of Monday. The cause of the fire incident was yet to be established. Now, the extent of the damage has not also been established, but it was learned that 2 people have lost their lives in the fire incident. An indigene of Ogbomosho says those who lost their lives were living in the house. A source within the compound who also spoke to reporters said the fire started at around 7:30 a.m. in the morning, adding that one of the victims had died instantly while the other died in a hospital in Ogbomosho, where she was rushed to for medical attention. The Nigeria Safety Investigation Bureau has revealed that the plane crash involving Flint Aero, conveying the Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu from Abuja to Ibadan in Oyo State last month, violated the permit regulation of non-commercial flight. According to a preliminary report, Flint Aero had been issued a permit for non-commercial flight which disallows the aircraft to carry passengers, cargo, or mail for hire or reward. And the NSIB, amongst other recommendations, called on the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency to strictly ensure airport operational hours as published in the relevant aeronautical information publication and not permit extensions beyond airport limitations. Monday's report came about a month after the incident, with the NSIB promising to probe the matter. There was no death recorded in the incident. Now, as the utility season sets in, the recurrent spike in the cost of transportation has hit Nigerians traveling for the holidays, a situation which has been further compounded by the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, the hike is being curtailed in Benue State as residents can now use subsidized public transport, which is affordable despite the rising cost of fuel. Jimmy Azande reports.
One of the sectors significantly hit by the removal of fuel subsidy is transportation. For months, millions of Nigerians have had to struggle with rising cost of living occasioned by the unpopular government policy. As part of measures to cushion its effect, the state government commissioned commuter buses to offer public transportation at affordable rate to ease movement for residents across the state.
It has reduced the transport, most especially the time fuel high, and it's a lot of this. It has reduced the level of this transport, especially around within Benue State. So for me, I think it's a welcome development. It's put smile on the faces of these this program of palliative is very, very good. We're enjoying it, especially with the young people.
And I really enjoy their transportation arrangements here because coming here, you have to book for tickets. I like the proper arrangements for their passengers, and the fact I got to know that it's just 14 passengers. So I think the passengers will be able to sit down comfortably, since the distance is far, and they will enjoy their stay inside the bus and enjoy when they get to their destination. So I think this place is better compared to my place.
This initiative has significantly cut down the cost of transportation fares by 100%, as routes that usually cost between 2,000 and 3,000 naira now go for between 1,000 and 1,500 naira. This development, although welcomed by the public, has disrupted the business of private transport operators who are losing their customers to the government.
Food given as a palliative is very good for the people of Benue State. They are enjoying it, and the price is very cheap. So, issue of fuel, we don't go outside to look for fuel. There's also fuel in our terminal here. We buy it very easy and take off to our destination where we are going. So it's very easy for us to operate nationwide.
The timing of the impact of this transportation palliative appears perfect, as most travelers will breathe a sigh of relief despite the overall inflation on goods and services. For the beneficiaries, it is one problem they don't have to deal with. Jimmy Azandi, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
Let's take a look at developments on the international scene, where at least 11 people have died and 88 others have sustained various degrees of injury following an explosion at the main fuel depot in Guinea on Monday, a civil protection chief said in a news statement. Emergency services have counted 11 deaths and 88 seriously injured at the incident in the capital, Conakry. Operational Technical Director Jean Traoré told a meeting with the foreign minister and ambassadors. The government says in a statement that the origin of the fire is yet to be established, urging that an investigation would be launched to determine its cause and parties responsible. A huge fire and billowing black smoke were visible from miles away as firefighters rushed to the area, while several tanker trucks left the depot, escorted by soldiers and police. Workers, excluding defense and security forces and medical personnel, were advised to stay at home, while public and private schools and most gas stations were also closed. In sports, the UEFA Champions League round of 16 draws have been conducted with exciting fixtures lined up in the league. In the draw, Super Eagles of Nigeria's star and his Napoli team will take on Barcelona, while defending champions Manchester City will square up against Danish side Copenhagen. Arsenal will play FC Porto of Portugal, as last season's finalists Inter Milan entertain Atletico Madrid. In the other fixtures, PSG will face Real Sociedad, while 14-time champions Real Madrid with lock horns will RB Leipzig, as Lazio battle Bayern Munich and PSV Eindhoven take on Borussia Dortmund. Meanwhile, the first leg of the encounter is billed for 13 and 14, as well as 20th and 21st of February next year, with the second leg set for 5th, 6th, and 12th, as well as 13th of March 2024. Can't wait for the year to come. Well, those are the latest news stories at this hour. Thank you most kindly for joining us. As always, follow us across our social media platforms to catch up with more of our content. And you can take a look at our website, trusttv.com, for the latest news. My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. Thank you for watching.